This is The Roman Show.
This is George Alonso reporting from The Roman Show, and I'm here with WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley. How are you today, sir?
Doing great. It's great to be right here. Help me with the pronunciation. Miccosukee Gaming Resort.
You got it, sir.
Yeah, right here.
What was that for you? A cheap plug, I believe?
It's a cheap pop.
Oh, cheap pop.
Would be if I had an event coming up, but I guess we do have an event coming up, but by the time this airs, the event's over. No sense plugging it at that point. So one's a pop, the other's a plug.
Very good point at that. As a matter of fact, we just finished watching a good episode of Wife Swap with you being in it. Can you tell us about that experience? How was that Wife Swap episode for you?
It was some of my finest work. I got a free haircut out of it. I enjoyed the experience very much, and it's nice to know that your wife is spending a week with the most handsome man who's ever lived anywhere in the history of the world, Antonio Sabato Jr. Yeah, very reassuring.
And with that being said, Mick, now that we're talking about family, Dewey just got a job with WWE Creative. I know you come and go with WWE, making special appearances as certain characters that I don't know if I want to reveal them. But I want to ask, your daughter, basically, Miss Noel Foley. Do you ever see her probably going into the WWE as well as like your son?
Well, my daughter hosts a YouTube show, and she's got a very nice presence, and I think she could have a very nice presence hosting a show for WWE. I mean, that's a multifaceted company, and there's a lot of positions for people with nice, effervescent personalities, and hopefully, I'd love for her to work there.
And being as it may with, training involved and all, I know you're a big fan of Sasha Banks. Yes. You stick up for Sasha constantly on social media. What would you say if Noel got the training, and you possibly will see a Noel Foley versus a Sasha Banks in the future? I'm just saying.
I don't know. That'd have to be way. My daughter did some training. She was doing really well. I can't imagine my daughter not smiling. My daughter smiles all the time, but that would be tough. That'd be a tough one for me. I guess I would have to root for my daughter, right? I'd kind of have to root for my daughter. It'd be hard for me to imagine not rooting for the boss, though. But she's really something special.
How about for your other two sons? Do you ever see them following in your footsteps?
Well, they're 12 and 14, so. I'm not sure. Maybe my footsteps are a writer, or they're really creative. Those guys, they love wrestling. Who knows what the future will have in store for them? Yeah,
your two sons were wrestling on that show of Wife Swap. As a matter of fact, driving the most handsome man.
Cheryl, drove her crazy with all the wrestling they did. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I could see that in their future.
Well, you never know. You never know. They got to finish high school first, then go on to college. To quote the great Apollo Creed, "Be a thinker, not a stinker."
And two last questions for you, Mr. Foley. One being with you being an award-winning author. Any upcoming projects you could inform us on as far as your books?
I don't have any books in the pipeline right now, but I do the storytelling on the road. The tour's ending at the end of March. I'm not sure what the stretch of your show is, the reach. Are you guys global, worldwide? Okay. But if people want to check it out, realmickfoley.com, and we've got a handful of shows in Southern California, a couple in Ohio, and one in the town of Santa Claus, Indiana.
Awesome. And my last question for you, Mr. Foley, is basically with the internet going crazy now with New Japan Pro Wrestling superstars like the AJ Styles, the Shinsuke Nakamura. You very familiar with the Japanese style of wrestling, particularly the hardcore style as well. What do you have to say with these four superstars possibly coming into the WWE?
Well, I think they can have a huge impact. I hope that they get the chance. It'd be nice to see someone as deserving as AJ Styles. Get to show what he can do on the biggest stage of them all, and I think that's going to happen.
Awesome. And any café con leche you've had so far while you're in Miami? Coffee, bread,
No, I drove directly here. Believe it or not, I put carrots and celery in a bag so that I could eat healthy on my way down here. So sorry to disappoint everybody there. Foley's eating eating healthy. I know that's not good for my character, but
Hey, as long as you're taking care of yourself, Mick, I'm sure your fans will understand.
I hope so. I certainly hope so.
Well, Mick, thank you so very much for your time here. I really appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you in more appearances down the road.
Thanks.
This is The Roman Show.